Thinking is your hobby. You like thinking. It makes you happy. It makes you escape reality. It makes you live in what should be, what you would like to be. You don't have any money, so you start imagining being a millionaire. You don't have anything to yourself, and you start assuming and overthinking and speculating about what other people have rather than what you have for yourself. In this episode, we're going to be talking about overthinking. Welcome to Voice in Bloom. If you're new here, please tap the subscribe button and give a thumbs up if you feel what I'm going to say today is worth it. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to be explaining why and how overthinking destroys your reality. The first thing is overthinking makes you live in the normative. You think of what should be, what could be, when it would be. You keep making up scenarios. It's like living in an imaginary world. It's like living in an imaginary world that gives you virtual and partial satisfactory. Oh, it's like living in partial satisfaction. Yes, partial satisfaction. Yeah. Your brain is your command setter, and teaching it that you can achieve what you want by just thinking about it is going to make you lazy, incompetent, and lose up on all your goals. Because clearly, if you can achieve everything by just thinking about it, it gives you pleasures that you can never hold. It's like you have it, but you don't have it. You own it, but it's not yours. It's somebody else's. It's in your mind. It's not in reality. When you overthink about something, you make it happen, but not in reality. You make it almost happen. And then what happens? If you have set out to do something and then you overthink it, you'll end up not doing it. Do you know why? Because your brain already assumes that you've already accomplished what you set out to do because you've thought about it deep enough, the possible outcomes, the possible processes, and the possible challenges that would have come from it. Overthinking is a good thing, but overthinking something can also make you feel like you have accomplished something that you have not. In most cases, when you're an overthinker, your brain is as good as a creative mind. In most cases, when you're an overthinker, your brain is as good as a creative unit. It creates, lives, and goes past by. Now that's where the challenge comes in. That part where you go past by. You desire something until you go past it. Am I making sense? Overthinking also paralyzes action. You pause doing something because you're thinking and evaluating the possible outcome, anything that could happen. So what happens? You keep pushing and pushing until you start to become a perfectionist. You won't wait until it's perfect before you start doing something. That's because your brain is overthinking. Real life is imperfect. It has ups and downs. It's bent. It's rough. It's jumbled. It's mixed. Overthinking it, it can be a good thing, but when you look at it in a perspective of desires, overthinking is going to make you want what is best over the best. You don't want anything near to perfect. You want what is, not what is there. Yes, it paralyzes action. You pause, you don't want to do anything just because you're waiting for the right thing, the most perfect one. You see how mosquitoes breed in stagnant water and blah blah blah. Overthinking is a breeding ground for fear and anxiety. Yes, those two mutate into each other until you feel like you're not good enough. What you're doing, what you're setting out to do, you're not supposed to. Something rather like, why me? Why not me? And yet, instead of thinking of seeing an opportunity to grow, you think of it as a thing, as a risk, or as you're going to fail just because you're letting your mind play you dirty. Overthinking distorts perception as well. Um, Someone can throw a joke at you, but because you're overthinking, you're going to interpret it and think about it and think about it until you see it as an insult. One rejection Turns out to you like, oh, nobody will ever choose you. One failure makes you think you're not perfect or you'll never do it. It's a pattern. It makes you go in a loop of thinking about things that never happen. In fact, it creates your worst fears. Most of the things, most of the worst things that people experience are not in real life, they are in their thoughts. Overthinking can be your own enemy, destroying you slowly by slowly. It's like cancer. Your brain feeding on itself, creating scenarios, speculating, overthinking, overreacting, everything that has to do with overthinking. Overthinking is a good thing because it opens your brain, yeah? It makes you see wider things. You don't just enclose yourself to what is happening. You get an interpretation. But now the problem comes when we overuse it. You know, they say anything, what do they say? Too much of anything is bad. Yeah, very bad. Likewise, there's overthinking. Speculation, just think about it. Speculation, sitting down, it even makes you feel like you can do all you want. You cut out on socialization because life is too real for you to accept. You feel your friends are not good enough for you, so you feel it's better to think about imaginary friends. Overthinking can be a source of creativity, like especially for poets, artists, and creators, but it kills reality. And if you're living life, you have to face reality. You have to go through every emotion, go through every pain, every situation. That's how life happens. Not by speculating and thinking what should be, what would be, and what will never be. The worst thing that has ever happened to a man is in the mind. You think and think and think, and it destroys you. Your own mind taking a toll on you. You becoming an enemy of yourself, destroying yourself, destroying your peace of mind with your own thoughts. Oh, talking about peace of mind, it's peace in your mind. When you're overthinking, it's very hard to achieve that. Those who overthink, I think, can attest to the fact that when you start overthinking, you are mentally drained. Your mental energy is zeroed down, and yet you need a perfectly stable mind to start thinking properly and doing things right. Another thing overthinking does is it disconnects you from your gut feeling. You know that intuition, that voice, that inner person that sees what you don't see, that knows the truths that you don't know. Overthinking can disconnect you from your intuition because when your intuition tells you something, you're going to play it away as one of your thoughts, and yet your intuition is trying to warn you not to take a certain course or do something. Every human being has an intuition, though not everybody listens to it. But those who know that your intuition is always right. It tells you what is right. That gut feeling that feels like it's immiscible, it's always right. Overthinking can displace it because it reaches a time in your overthoughts, in your jungle thoughts, and you can't differentiate between what your intuition is telling you and what your thoughts are because they become mixed up. Your brain becomes messy, like a slam. Yeah. Overthinking traps you in loops instead of letting you evolve into what you're supposed to actually be like. Life is fluid. It changes from gradient to whatsoever it can be. Overthinking traps you in the same mind. It keeps you in loops. You play the same scenario in your head, hoping for a different ending. You think about it until you change. You think about it in 1,000 different ways that could possibly never happen. And even if it happened one day in real life, you're still going to be caught in the thoughts that are greater than what's happening in your reality. Basically, overthinking makes your thoughts bigger than your reality. Another thing overthinking does is it removes you emotionally from society. It like it determines. It detonates, it reduces your emotional availability, emotional presence. Yes, I think that's the right word. It removes your emotional presence from what's happening in real life. Instead of feeling things as they are going, instead of being happy that someone has given you something, let me say a birthday gift, someone gives you something, instead of being happy about it, you start, because you're overthinking, you're like, no, I didn't deserve this, blah, 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 blah. A lot of things that don't make up until you can't be happy anymore. And yet someone was maybe genuine, maybe they did not have what it took to give you what you felt you deserved. Overthinking is an enemy. Oh, though it's good, it's bad. Yeah, very bad. Overthinking is like trying to describe the taste of a food by describing its chemical formulas rather than tasting it. Does it even make any sense? It's clearly different, very different. Life is meant to be felt, not thought. You feel life, go through it, not think about it and not act upon it. Action, feelings, thoughts, it's a whole triangle to play around. But all in all, you have to live your life because it's yours. And yes, overthinking, it has this kind of thing, it traps you, it keeps you stagnant. You're not moving forward, you're not going backward, you're not in momentum. You're stagnant in the same place over and over and over and over and over again. I think I don't want to give this as an example, but people who are battling with depression, do you know what keeps people in depression the most? The thoughts. Thoughts, yes, thoughts. Because most people who are in depression like to sit, sleep, think, and eat. All the other three are not so dangerous, but the thoughts. Because they keep remembering and replaying the scenarios. Why did this happen to me? Why did this? That's how bad overthinking can be. And people who have gone into depression have lasted in it for years. It's not something that you easily deal away with. What am I driving at? Overthinking is not good, especially for your mental health. So how are you going to live without overthinking? The biggest antidote to overthinking is being present, living in the present. Because yeah, overthinking is like a fantasy, you know. You can be a billionaire one moment and then other moment you're prison, and then you can be literally what you want to be, which is good in some moments, but doesn't make sense. You live like a fool, yeah. If you overthink, yes, if you overthink, you live your life without the mind that you're supposed to go through things. Work on yourself, journal out your emotions, write out anything, do something creative and be productive by yourself. And in that way, you can fight overthinking. If today's episode has resonated with your thinking, or you feel there's something I've not spoken about overthinking, or I have not brought out something so well, feel free to write it down in the comment section. And yes, remember to subscribe, like, and share with people whom you think are overthinking and you think their thoughts are about to destroy their lives. Until next time, keep blooming. Bye.